In a quiet town called Bethlehem, a child was born, but not just any child. His name was Jesus, born to a humble maiden, Mary, and her betrothed, Joseph the carpenter. This was no ordinary birth. The prophets had foretold it for centuries. A Messiah would come, a light for all mankind. As whispers of his birth spread, they reached the ears of a jealous king. Herod, threatened by the news of a newborn king, ordered the massacre of innocent children. But God's plan could not be stopped. Guided by a dream, Joseph fled by night, carrying Mary and the infant Jesus into Egypt. They remained there until it was safe to return. Even as a child, Jesus revealed glimpses of his divinity. At the age of 12, in the courts of the great temple, he sat among the scholars. They were astonished at his wisdom, his questions, his answers. And when his parents found him, he spoke words that puzzled them. "Did you not know I must be in my Father's house?" Years passed. At 30 years old, Jesus stepped into the Jordan River, baptized by John the Baptist. As he rose from the water, the heavens opened, and the voice of God declared, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." From that moment, his ministry began. He chose 12 ordinary men, fishermen, tax collectors, zealots, to walk with him, and together they would change the world. The miracles he performed shook the land. The blind opened their eyes, the deaf heard, the lame walked, water turned to wine, the dead were raised to life. Crowds pressed in from every town and village, desperate to see the one who spoke with power and healed with compassion. But Jesus came not only with miracles, he came with truth. His teachings were rooted in love, forgiveness, and faith. He told parables, simple stories with eternal meaning, of farmers and seeds, of lost sheep and found sons, of hidden treasures and priceless pearls. Through them, he made the divine relatable. Heaven's wisdom told in words the poorest shepherd and the richest ruler could understand. Yet, as his influence grew, so did the anger of the religious leaders. To them, Jesus was a threat. To the Romans, he was a danger. They conspired together. And in the end, it was one of his own who betrayed him, Judas, for 30 pieces of silver. In the garden, under the cover of night, soldiers came with torches. Jesus was arrested, falsely accused, brought before Pontius Pilate. And though Pilate declared, "I find no fault in him," the crowd shouted louder, "Crucify him!" And so, the innocent was condemned. They led him to Golgotha. Nails pierced his hands and feet. A crown of thorns pressed upon his brow. For hours he hung upon the cross, mocked, beaten, humiliated. And yet, in his suffering, he uttered words of love that echo through eternity. "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." His body was placed in a borrowed tomb. A heavy stone sealed its entrance. Soldiers stood guard, but on the third day, the stone was rolled away. The tomb stood empty. Jesus had risen. Death could not hold him. The grave had no victory. For 40 days, the risen Christ appeared to his disciples, to his mother Mary, and to many others. He ate with them, taught them, reminded them of all he had said. And then, on a hillside outside Jerusalem, he ascended into heaven. But before he left, he promised the Holy Spirit would come, a guide, a comforter, a power for all believers. This promise became the very foundation of Christianity. The life of Jesus, from humble birth to victorious resurrection, was more than history. It was hope. It was love. It was salvation. And the question for us is the same as it was for those who saw him face to face. Will you follow him? Will you believe?